Wrestlemania Backlash, it delivered. And yes, we have huge FiEND news. Oh my God, I think Twitter literally nearly blew up when that news happened. Mine specifically did. I love it. We're going to talk about it. I promise it will be the first thing after the intro. But genuinely, Backlash for me was a solid 9 out of 10. But this is things you might have missed. And before we get started, make sure you've hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too.
Is that the FiEND in the front row?
Yowie wowie! We got a reference. Now this is crucial. This is huge because WWE has spent over a year erasing the FiEND. We haven't had a FiEND reference on WWE TV since his final appearance. Now, yes, it did come from Pat McAfee. And I've seen everyone on Twitter saying, was he meant to say this? Genuinely, I think so, because there was a 3-second pause before he said it. And I think someone told him to point it out. That's the crucial, fun part of this. Now, if you noticed, at the start of Backlash, there were some weird glitches in the intro. Mix that with actual things that we found as fans, and this surely, all in a week, cannot be a coincidence. Is WWE planning? Are they putting the Easter eggs out there for Bray Wyatt's return? Maybe, because the next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell. Sorry, premium live event is Hell in a Cell. If you're going to return the FiEND, maybe that's the event to do it. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, Pat's going to get in trouble for referencing the FiEND, and he's definitely not meant to have referenced him. Don't forget Vince McMahon himself named Bray Wyatt during the Hall of Fame induction of The Undertaker just last month. Makes you think. The main event of Backlash saw RK McBro versus the Bloodline. And I asked you guys on Twitter who you thought was going to win. We had 283 votes, and you guys thought RK McBro would win. Well, you're wrong. It was the Bloodline. Roman Reigns got the win with a spear. I honestly was shocked. I thought that Drew would pin Roman, but this I think was the Bloodline putting their enemies to the back of the line. I think Drew and Roman is now done. And that's a hard thing to swallow because you think Drew's going to be maybe the guy, but it makes sense to put it on the back burner and do it at the UK show. Now, I've got to be honest. There was a reference to the rock bottom. Again, from Pat McAfee. Of course, Michael Cole called it the Uranagi, and Pat McAfee once again said the rock bottom. Now, honestly, I love this match. Solid 5 stars. Absolute blew me away. Great main event. Loved it. And just in case you missed it, there was a video uploaded at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday here on the channel. Roman Reigns teased leaving WWE. This was Saturday night at a live event. And oh my God, has it got the wrestling world talking. So if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you go and do that. Rhea Ripley has joined Edge. Oh, what a moment. We knew it was coming. We've seen the reports. There was purple lights following Rhea for weeks. The masked figure came down, pulled AJ from the top rope, stood in the background as Edge choked out AJ Styles, which I thought was a great way to end the match, by the way. I love when sleeper holds and stuff actually work. But the question for me now is Damian Priest. He wasn't meant to be at ringside. He come down the ramp. He didn't actually go ringside until he did. In fact, because of Finn Balor, Damian Priest even got into the ring. Now, surely because of the stipulation here, Edge should have been disqualified immediately. Will there be ramifications for Judgment Day because of Damian Priest being at ringside and being in the ring? Makes you wonder. Something big might happen on Raw this week. Obviously, we're going to get the explanation from Rhea Ripley. We're going to hear, obviously, from Judgment Day, I'm sure, tomorrow night. I think this visual, though, is great. And just imagine if they did bring back The Fiend and Alexa Bliss. Now, we did see Liv Morgan's reaction to this on Twitter. Yes, totally had to censor it. She obviously said, wow, what a B word. Yep, that's the one. And then even tweeted this out. Obviously her in the NWO shirt doing the Too Sweet. Could she be joining AJ Styles and Finn Balor in this feud with Judgment Day? Now that would be cool. Now what was cool was Seth Rollins tonight wearing his WrestleMania attire to have his match with Cody Rhodes, which was great because this was Seth trying to rewrite WrestleMania. I love this. The fact they kept trying to reference the pedigree. Cody tried to do it. Seth actually did it. Was really, really cool. But it was Cody Rhodes rolling up Seth Rollins, grabbing a handful of tights. If you're Conman167, you think Cody Rhodes has turned heel. He definitely hasn't, by the way. But of course, Cody Rhodes again pins Seth Rollins. Now, is the way they did this crucial? I think it might be. I think we could be setting up for one more match in a trilogy with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Seth has a legitimate gripe because Cody used the tights. Cody versus Seth inside Hell in a Cell? That kind of sounds cool, doesn't it? Now, again, if you haven't seen it yet, the Broken Skull Sessions is on the WWE Network with Cody. I loved it. I thought it was really, really fun to sit and listen to. Let me know your thoughts if you've watched it. And if you was at the event tonight, Wrestlemania Backlash, you could have bought a Rhode Island chocolate bar. That's pretty cool. I like that. Cody Rhodes tweeted that out just before WrestleMania Backlash night. Also pointing out the show was sold out, which I like. Now, I've not enjoyed the Charlotte-Ronda feud, but their match tonight was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely great. Did you see the kendo stick after Ronda destroyed Charlotte with it? Look at the state of that. This was hardcore. This was wrestling. This was exactly what a pay-per-view grudge fight should be. And I liked it. There was unique moves and what felt like proper hatred between both competitors to then allow the apparent babyface Ronda Rousey to win the Smackdown Women's Championship. We did crown a new champion at Backlash, which was definitely cool. I think we all knew this was coming, but the match itself, as I said, it actually delivered. If you skipped the match, or if you didn't watch Backlash, it's one to go and watch. And actually, Omos and Lashley impressed me too. I wasn't expecting much out of this. The match was obviously to put Omos over. We found that at the end. But of course, Omos was being thrown around, showing the strength of Lashley. We also saw the Hurt Lock applied on Lashley. And not only that, we saw him kind of break it. There was a sketchy moment, but Lashley kept it locked. And then because of the rope break, Lashley had to relinquish it. But the addition of MVP with Omos, who, by the way, Omos is now called the Nigerian Giant, which is kind of cool, definitely helps Omos a lot. And I'm really, really excited to see how they book Omos going away from this feud. I hope there's not another match. I hope this was it for this one. And I hope we move on to something bigger for Omos. But let me know your thoughts on Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash, that is, in the comment section down below. Like the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It will turn a different colour. And of course, you can turn on notifications. You'll never miss an upload. Share the video so your friends can find it. And I'll see you next time. Peace!